Warley, can you introduce yourself one more time?
Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Relax,
I'm so nervous because it's my first time here. There is a lot of people. Okay. I'm Warley. I'm born in São Paulo, but I'm living now in Alagoas, and I'm 22 years old.
Amazing, so cool. Alagoas is such a beautiful place. I never went there, but you know, I have relatives there and stuff. So, where did you find TNT?
What? Can you repeat, please?
Of course. Where did you find TNT? On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn?
A friend told me about the site today.
Okay. Amazing. That's awesome.
Yes.
Welcome aboard. Great. Joseph. Giuseppe. Joseph. Can you introduce yourself?
He's my friend, but he's super beginner. He can't speak so well.
Okay, no problem.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is José Maria, but my nickname is Joseph.
Okay, amazing. Nice to meet you, Joseph. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. Great. Thais Prato, can you introduce yourself?
Hello. So, guys, my name is Thais. I am 23 years old. I study international relations. And that's it. Nice to meet you all.
Amazing. Nice to meet you. I'm so glad to meet you as well. Leandra, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Leandra. I'm from Manaus, Amazonas. I'm 37 years old. I am an assistant administrative, the health department, the Amazon. I'm single. I don't have children. I have a pet, a female dog. She's named Chiquinha. No more. I think it's that in a moment.
Amazing. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Great. Gabriel, can you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name is Gabriel. I am 23 years old. I'm a software engineer and I'm from Cachoeira, Mirim, Espírito Santo.
Amazing. Thanks. Samia, are you there, Samia? I don't think so. So, I think we can start it, right? So, here we go, guys. Here we go. Paula didn't introduce herself. I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. Here we go. So, I am Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 19 years old, and I live in São Paulo. And what else could I say about myself? I'm really struggling to get into a university. What about you, Paula? Can you introduce yourself and then we can start?
Yes. Okay, sure. I'm kind of lost here because people are still coming, people are coming and going, and I'm kind of lost. So I did it in the beginning, but I can do this again. I'm Paula. No, you cannot see because I didn't change my name. So I'm Paula. I'm 36 years old and I'm from Vitória da Conquista, Bahia. And I love being here talking to you and sharing some thoughts, some experience. So yeah, that's it.
Here we go. Let's have a great time on this topic, guys. So draw your attention to the very first one question. And thanks for introducing yourself, Paula. Again, here we go. Was pretty privilege. Have you ever perceived it in your everyday life? Have you ever discussed it before? What does it mean to be unattractive? And then, Gabriel, what are your thoughts on this question?
for me, it's hard to define it because I know that has some prejudice of the people, but for me this concept began when the evolution of the human beings. So to be pretty, it's not, for me, it's not just be pretty, is your evolution. Because if you accomplish who is beautiful, or why this man is beautiful, or why this girl is beautiful, you can join the both ideas. Like it's hard. I'm so anxious, but when you have some types of people that has a big legs or big arms or something else, sometimes you get these ideas like a beautiful guy or a beautiful girl. Because, for example, if a woman has a big leg, or a man has a big arm, it means that this type of person has ability to carry your children's. So our minds thinks it and associate it like a pretty person. So sometimes it's the society, and so sometimes it's our evolution. It's my opinion.
Okay, so like, do you think that our beauty standards, they are made unconsciously? Is that something like that?
Yes and no. Because when you are, for example, there are societies that the fat girls or fat boys are beautiful. It's not the verse. For sure, it was in the past, but now it's for skinny people. But for me, it's the both. That is our conception and our mind.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. What about you, Thais? Do you agree with Gabriel? Do you have a different point of view on it?
Actually, I was reading the question here, and I was thinking that yes, I thought about it other times, yes, but in a different way, because talking as a woman, I know that the beauty in a woman actually is seen as the opposite of intelligence, for example. Yes, when society see a beautiful woman, for example, they think that the woman is not intelligent, for example. She is just beautiful, you know. And this is something very, very hard on our society. Yes, very rooted, I think. So yes, I believe on what I saw in the video, and I agree. But at the same time, I think that when talk about women, yes, I don't know if this happens a lot with men, but I don't think so. I think that with women it's very hard because the beautiful of the woman, the beauty actually is not associated with intelligence. That's my opinion.
Okay, so like you're talking about stereotypes and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. I totally agree with you. I'm totally with you. Like, I think, personally, I think that these kind of bias affect women and men, but mostly women, because I believe that a lot of money are made out from women's securities, you know, and there's a bunch of examples of it, tons of examples of it. So I'm totally with you. Thanks for sharing. So
Thank you.
what about you, Leandra? Do you agree with us? Do you have something to say about the video?
Okay, I think it's hard to talking about this because I think the inconscious, the pretty privilege in the normal life and the daily life. But I think yes, I let me see. I perceived this in my real life every day because I think my friends, my colleagues is more beautiful, pretty than me, and it is common. And I think the Thais talking about these points, they mainly in the professional life, the pretty privileges is the woman beautiful, the woman pretty, didn't have the intelligence, and so this the position because you're beautiful, because you're pretty, not your because you're competition. I don't know. Um, but I think it's not common do you discussing about this. I think um, the Gabriel said is important in the past. Physical, the people is different. The physical today. In the past, people fat or overweight is good, it's pretty good. And there's so many sculpture and museums. I think the expositions about these, the different forms, ways do you know the beautiful and the pretty about the person. I think the moment is more common. Do you know or do you think the beautiful person is thin? Um, I forgot the name of the word. And but so hard because so many people uh, change your face, your body about this uh, way do your society do this beautiful person. uh, I don't know in English cirurgia, so many facts the situations about this. And I think yesterday I saw I watched the television about the interviews, the dentist with procedures and the not good for the person, but because the beautiful uh, uh, people do this in your life. I think that.
Okay. First of all, you're beautiful. You're wonderful, Leandra. That's
Yeah,
it.
I know, but it's the society and think and oh, okay, it's more beautiful than other. Comparing the person, it's totally normal and common this.
Yeah, and that's why we're talking about, guys. These fucking stereotypes. they like there are so bad consequences, you know, from these stereotypes, kind of destroy our self-esteem, self-confidence, as the video mentioned it. And I'm totally with you, Leandra. I'm totally with you. That's it. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Sonia, are you there? And if you're talking, you're muted. 2 seconds. Okay, no problem. When you feel free to talk or address something, that's okay. Take your time and so on. Okay, guys, amazing sharings. Let's move on. To wrap up this question, I agree with all of you. I think when it comes to pretty privilege, it all comes down to stereotypes and this bullshit. Okay, moving on to the second question. Can you name any factors which contribute to lookism? Lookism, the term that we saw on the video, right? And if you forgot or you don't know what it means, there is a definition in the chat. But here we go. Can you name any factors which contribute to lookism? I think that stereotypes and the insecurities that I mentioned at the beginning, I think they are factors which contribute to lookism and the pretty privilege. First of all, I think that the beauty standard, the main one is the European role, you know? What is considered beautiful is like if you're Caucasian, if you're white, if you have blue eyes. I think that the main standard when it comes to beauty and stuff is the European one. And it doesn't make sense because, especially in Brazil, because we are all mixed and so I get so mad at it. What about you guys? You can answer it spontaneously. Just open your microphone and share your thoughts on it. If you don't, I will choose a victim to talk about it. Thais, go Thais.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I think that's the main point here is the media. Yes, the industry that is around the media and how we saw in the video, like the histories that Disney passed to us in the movies, for example, like we have the beautiful princess and the ugly witch, you know, the ugly and the bad witch, actually. So we associate this with the characteristics, like be beautiful is associated with be good or be capable, and be ugly is associated with be horrible and mad and something like that. But yes, I can say some cases that's not on this line of thought, like Malévola, for example. Malévola, the witch is not ugly, of course, you know, like Cruella is very beautiful. I don't know what's happening, actually. I don't know how to give an explanation of it right now, but I can see this kind of change on the industry. And that's it.
Great. Yeah, and you know what? When it comes to the ugly one, mainly in fairy tales, take a look at the ugly character. Usually they are old, they have no teeth. What else? They are always grumpy. So there are characteristics who it seems that they partner, you know. I think it also contributes with a lot of others prejudice and discrimination. For example, ageism. Ageism is a kind of discrimination against old people, you know, and that's it. What about you, Gabriel? Do you think you as a man, do you think this pressure of beauty standards and stuff?
It's so hard to say. Unfortunately, I'm not so, how can I say, ligado in this subject, but I don't know. I don't know how can I contribute with this question, so I will wait the the next one.
Chill, relax. Fair, that's fair, that's fair. Chill, 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 that's okay. What about you, Leandro? Would you like to address anything?
I agree with you and Thais about the stereotypes and the media, social media, mainly in this moment because this pandemic is so people on online every day, everything, and so many. How can I say in English? Perfil, I don't know. In the Instagram or Facebook, but I think in the moment more Instagram about the life is beautiful, woman beautiful, and in the more cases is not common people, there's not normal people, so many makeups and the whatever, and so difficult mainly I think children and teenager have how can I say, have a model real for your life. And I think so many children or teenager have curly hair didn't accept this because it's not common. So many artists model with the curly hair in the words. In other things, I think the culture and the habits in the society contributing, I don't know, with the privilege, but so how can I say? It's so uh, little. Do you not perceive this? But it exists. I think it's totally normal, but it's not normal because everything is beautiful. Your is unique, beautiful.
That's right. And you know what? Like when you address it, social media and stuff, the beauty standards and even happiness standards on social media, they are so insane. Like it seems that they are so unreachable, you know? And I'm totally with you when it comes to a lack of representativeness. So I'm totally with you when you address it that young people and children, they don't have a role model, like a real role model. So I think it's a clear reflection of a lack of representativeness. I'm totally with you. Gabriel, this is your moment. Would you like to contribute to this question? If you don't, no problem.
One thing that I was thinking is the most, for me, the most important problem that has in this subject is patterns. Everything is patterns for us. So it's good and it's bad in the same time because there are many things that we know what is bad for us. For example, bad fruit or a bad food to eat for us. So we can decide that this food is bad for me when with the pattern. So it's the same for us when we look for a person. So sometimes we can recognize one person that is not good for us just with his with this way to tell us what they are thinking, and in the other way we can recognize wrong this person. Sometimes we have two swords in the both hands, when sometimes we are right in our recognition and wrong in the recognition. So we need to learn how can we improve ourselves to stop to make these mistakes and just use the patterns for good things. For me is it, but I don't know nothing about the subject. I'm just trying to answer something.
No problem, no problem. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Thanks. I think we can move on, right? The third question is such a long question, but the question's short. Here we go. Question number 3. Various scholarly studies and surveys have proven that our appearance does in fact have a direct correlation with how well we are received by others in both social and professional settings. What are your thoughts on these statements? To be honest, I have experienced a lot of these. Like when you are good looking, you are received differently by others. Mainly when I was a child, I always talk about it. I always address it, but the bullying stuff. When I was a child, I could recognize it. So this pretty privilege, I think I recognize it. I acknowledge this privilege in the early age. I used to suffer a lot. When it comes to bullying. And when I start to go up and work on my self-esteem and so on, I noticed that something is different, when it comes to it. So I think it's totally true, Yeah, that's it. That's my point. What about you guys? Again, be spontaneous. Open your mic and address your thoughts on this one. Would you like to do so? I'm about to choose one right here. Thais, go on.
Yes. I will say something about me, my experience. So it's not a specific situation, for example, but I know that some people don't like tattoos or dreads or piercings and things like that. And I have all of this. So I know that I will not be, I will not have a good reception actually in some place, and I know that our world is shaped in some kind of thoughts, very, how can I say preconceituoso? I forgot. Prejudice, yes? Prejudice, yes. So that's why we need to change ourselves sometimes in a job interview, for example, you need to change yourself when you go to a party, because the type of people that will be there don't match with your style sometimes. When you go to a family lunch, for example, where you have old people that don't have an open mind, and you don't need actually, but to fit in some situations, it's necessary to change a little. So that's my point in this question. And
Okay.
I don't agree, of course, just to finish. I just say all of it because I don't agree.
We got it. We got it. So Thais, it's a combo. That's awesome. To be honest, it's totally insane. Mainly in workplaces. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it's totally insane. Like the fact that we have to change our appearance to show up to an interview. Okay, there are places which we have to follow the dress code and stuff, but like changing your hair, for example, many Black people and people who have Afro features, they come across to these situations a lot of so often. I get so crazy, so mad on thinking of that I have to take off my piercing to work in a place. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but what's your point on that?
Just to compliment, I think that the bad part, the worst part of it is that there is a tendency of the moda, I don't know how to, the fashion, some fashion tendency, yes, that, how you said in other question, European tendency say this, and you need to wear this kind of clothes, and you need to have this kind of hair, and this change with time. So a black hair, for example, not a black hair, but a hair with more volume, more hair, it on the fashion some years ago. And that's crazy because this changed. And there is some companies that have this control, and have money with this. They have profits with this. And that's very crazy.
Yeah, that's so insane. Thanks for sharing. What about you, Gabriel, Leandra? Would you like to address anything? Have you ever experienced one of these situations that we just mentioned? Be spontaneous. Silence, I will take it as a no. Alrighty. So, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So everybody's showing up right here. Welcome back. Welcome back. It was so fast. How was the conversation for you all? I hope it was amazing. Be spontaneous, otherwise I will choose someone. Okay, 3 seconds. Here we go. Paula, how was the conversation in your room?
Yes, I wish we had more time because it was amazing. Guys, they were amazing. Yes.
Okay, we had a lot of sharings right here. And that's it. It was amazing right here. Let me see, who's the newbie one? He's not here, right? No, he's not
here anymore.
No. But what about you, Claudio? How was the conversation? What are the highlights?
Well, I was in the same room of Paula, with Paula, Angelo, Carol, and Vinicius. And the subject was, I think it was new for everyone. In general, we never heard about Lookism. But as other days, other meetings, the subject is very challenging and interesting to talk about. And I think we have good points, good things to think about. Okay.
Great. Me neither. I didn't know this definition. It was like a brand new one. So, guys, I hope you had, I don't know, a lot of learnings today. I will stop the live on YouTube. But don't leave the meeting. Don't leave the meeting, because I would like you to, I think I can stop the live. Can I stop the live? Just a minute, guys.